There's a lot of pressure that shows up in January. The kind that comes from both internal and external expectation. The kind that whispers that you should already be different by now. And if you're nodding along, wondering how that pressure showed up so quickly, you're not alone. If you're feeling that pull to reinvent yourself right now, the urge to fix everything, start over, or question who you are, I want to slow that moment down for you. Not everything about you needs to change, even if it feels that way internally. That pressure you're feeling is often cultural. It comes from messages we absorb over time about productivity, success, and what it means to be doing life right. And when those messages are constant, it can quietly start to feel personal, like you're somehow falling short. So if January has you questioning yourself more than usual, you're not failing. You're responding to a system that rarely pauses. Many high functioning leaders experience this, especially when they're already carrying a full, demanding life. Pressure activates the nervous system in very specific ways. When your brain perceives pressure, whether that pressure is external deadlines, internal expectations, or comparison, it signals potential threat. The amygdala becomes more active and your body shifts into a state of urgency. Even if there are no real dangers, your system starts preparing for one. In that state, the nervous system prioritizes speed, protection, and control. That's why pressure often leads to quick decisions, overcommitment, and self criticism. You're not thinking from your reflective brain, you're reacting from your survival brain. Over time, living in that state drains emotional and physical resources, which is why burnout can begin long before you feel exhausted. Awareness works differently. Awareness helps activate the parts of the brain responsible for reflection, meaning making, and choice. When you slow down long enough to notice what you're feeling, your nervous system receives a signal of safety. That shift allows your body to come out of urgency and into regulation. This is important because regulated systems make clearer decisions. Awareness doesn't remove challenges, but it changes how your body experiences them. Instead of urgency, there's space. Instead of reaction, there's response. And that space is what allows growth to happen without self override. This kind of pressure shows up when you set goals without checking your capacity, when you promise yourself things without noticing exhaustion, when January becomes another month of self override instead of self understanding. Here's some strategies I want you to consider. Start the year with emotional check ins, not goal lists. This doesn't mean you never set goals, it means you don't start there. For the first few weeks of the year, practice asking yourself simple questions at the beginning or the end of the day. Like, how am I actually feeling today? What feels heavy? What feels supportive? You might do this while maybe journaling, during your commute, or even while brushing your teeth. The purpose isn't to analyze or fix it, just notice the patterns. Emotional check-ins give you data about your capacity so your goals can match your real life, not an idealized version of it. Number 2, notice patterns before planning change. Before you decide what needs to change, pay attention to what keeps repeating. This could be exhaustion every Sunday night, irritability during certain meetings, or feeling disconnected even when things are going well. Instead of asking, what should I do differently? Try asking, what is this pattern telling me? Awareness helps you identify whether the issue is workload, boundaries, emotional labor, or unmet needs. Change becomes more effective when it's informed, not reactive. Number three, ask yourself, what am I responding to? Pressure or clarity? This question works in real time. When you're about to say yes, make a plan, or commit to something, pause briefly and check in. Pressure usually feels urgent, tight, and demanding. Clarity tends to feel grounded, intentional, and aligned. You don't have to eliminate pressure to practice awareness. You just need to recognize when it's driving your decisions. Over time, choosing clarity more often helps you reduce burnout and increases trust with yourself. All right, I want you to pause for a moment and notice what this conversation is bringing up for you. Not to analyze it, not to fix it, just notice. As you do that, see if you can feel your body where you're sitting. Maybe notice your breath for a moment or the way your shoulders are holding tension. This is awareness in real time, giving your nervous system a small signal of safety by slowing down. Nothing needs to change right now. This pause alone is already doing something very important behind the scene. And from this place of slowing down, we can gently move into some questions that'll help awareness turn into clarity. All right. As you carry this into the rest of your day, here are a few questions to sit with. No pressure to answer them all at once. Where am I feeling the most pressure to change quickly right now? What might awareness offer me here that pressure never could? And given the season I'm actually in, what feels realistic and supportive for me right now?